Springfield, 1940, where a pair of Hudsons are departing with eastbound trains, and filmed by Paul Garaf. At the other end of the station, Motor Train 23 is departing at 3:30 p.m. for Indianapolis over the Springfield division. The 140-mile run will have 22 stations along its 3.5-hour trip. 4 of the stations are flag stops. K5 Pacific 4922 has cut off from its Cincinnati-bound train to pick up a coach before departing. There were 2 trains scheduled out of Springfield at 4:10 p.m. each day. Number 104, the Ponce de Leon from Detroit, and number 33, the Cleveland-Cincinnati Special from Cleveland. Both were bound for Cincinnati. The 4922 departs, followed by the other train. Enon, Ohio, 7.7 miles south of Springfield, a Hudson roars west on Erie's Marion to Dayton branch. As a Mikado moves the freight on parallel Big 4 track. The 2 railroads shared trackage between Cold Springs and Dayton. Eastbound passenger train next to Kaufman Avenue, Fairborn, Ohio. Another Mikado, westbound on Erie trackage, passes Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. East of Dayton, the Hudson is westbound. Through the cut in the hill near the Wright Brothers Memorial. A westbound at Tate's Point Tower, where Big 4 and Erie cross the B&O. Westbound action at 2nd Street Junction in Dayton, where the Big 4 line from Columbus, the Erie from Marion, B&O from Chillicothe, and B&O's Toledo-Cincinnati main line enter Dayton Union trackage. More eastbounds at 2nd Street Junction. This 1940 scene is before the tracks were elevated in 1956 and 57. A westbound Hudson departs Dayton Union Station for Cincinnati. The Union Station here served the Big 4, Pennsy, Erie, and B&O. Then a Pennsy train heads west to Richmond, Indiana, over the Dayton Union's Great Miami River Bridge. In 1952, a Niagara brings the eastbound Ohio State Limited to a stop at Dayton, and the engineer takes the time to inspect his engine after running the 52.3 miles from Cincinnati Union Terminal. Departing for Springfield, Columbus, and Cleveland, the train has a 12-section, one-drawing-room sleeper from St. Louis on the rear. Another train has stopped at Dayton, with that engineer checking over L3 Mohawk 3004. The train has a former World War II troop sleeper that has been converted into an express car and a pair of heavyweight sleepers at the rear. Another train appears as this one departs, with the engineer making the customary check of his engine. He may walk slowly, but that man can run his train fast. The L3s had 69-inch drivers, while the Hudsons and Niagaras had 79-inch. eastbound at Wayne Avenue Junction. A Hudson crosses over 2nd Street. Wayne Avenue Junction again, with B&O tracks peeling off to the right. Paul Garath climbed the signal bridge to get this shot. A fast-running Hudson passes the coal dock at Findlay Street Yard in Dayton's East Side. Another fast-running Mohawk approaches McFadden Avenue, where the B&O spins off to the left to Chillicothe, and Erie's line to Marion is to the right. Through the Big Cut in Fairborn, Ohio. A Niagara with the Cincinnati Mercury westbound on Erie trackage under the Dayton Springfield Road overpass. Westbound at Tate's Point Tower. Westbound crossing 1st Street at Drawbridge Tower on the east side of Dayton. The Cincinnati Mercury again, crossing 1st Street. And approaching 2nd Street Junction with a B&O Lima switcher working in the background. Now back at Dayton Union Station, westbound trains arrive. As Mr. Garath looks over new Pincy E units as they depart to Columbus and points east. At the other end of the station, both Big 4 trains wait to depart, while one of them cuts its engine off to pick up a mail car. On another day, an eastbound Big 4 train arrives from Cincinnati, followed by a B&O train bound for Detroit. Double-headed Mikados along Kaufman Avenue west of Fairborn. A K5 Pacific with a fast mail and express train. South of Dayton, trains race over the Great Miami River near the Dayton Power and Light's Tate Station, where Mr. Garraff worked. That gave him several opportunities to catch Big 4 action at its best. This one, he shot from the roof of the power plant as a Mohawk leads its train into Dayton. Another Mohawk at Carrollton, Ohio. eastbound Cleveland Mercury at 2nd Street in Dayton. And the same train, followed by a westbound west of Tate's Point Tower. The westbound 5402 at 2nd Street Junction before the tracks were elevated in the mid-1950s. Near Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, a Big 4 train derailed after an automobile hit the track and spread the rails. While the wreck has attracted many onlookers, the Cincinnati Mercury roars by on the 2nd Main, which is still in service.